What's up guys, and welcome back to another replay cast. This game is featuring Flash. He is playing against Soulkey, a underrated rivalry in my opinion, as Flash is the OG best to ever do it, and Soulkey is probably the only person who's ever come close to challenging that mantle just based on the number of consecutive ASLs he won. So I've picked a game where they were playing on stream, so this was a show match being observed by Suck, Rush, and Snow, and they're playing here. This was, in terms of timeline, just after Flash had returned to the game after the crypto scandal and announced that he will start streaming again and doing all of the things. He hadn't yet flipped to the C9_Flash that he's playing on today. He is still using the OG Flash Wicked Man. I have had and I have done a game of these two on this exact map, and Soulkey gave Flash an absolute hiding. So let's see if Flash has learned anything from that experience. And by the way guys, if these are the types of games that you want to see, please do hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. By the way, we've been enjoying an unbelievable surge in growth and subscribers lately, so I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. And if we're meeting for the first time today, hello, welcome, hi, thank you for joining me. I don't know how to do that without sounding so incredibly cringe, but anyway, what we're all about here is a variety Broodwar channel, should I say. I try my utmost to try and make people laugh with my soothing South African accent. So that's what I'm all about here on the channel. I don't profess to be the smartest or most knowledgeable person on Broodwar, because I'm definitely not. But I love the game, I love to cast, and I love to see the light and fun side of Broodwar. But I also really do enjoy watching the best players play, which is what we have here. And that's actually my question to everybody is, do you think that this rivalry gets the attention that it deserves? Just think about what Soulkey achieved while Flash was out of the game, right? I mean, it's kind of like somebody's the champion and then they get injured and they're out for like 2 or 3 years, and then somebody else, like a star quarterback, replaces them and they win 2 or 3 championships, and then that quarterback comes back and wants his spot back. You know, you'd kind of think that that's how this is, but it's funny that the Broodwar world hasn't really created that narrative, but it's certainly one that I am happy to create. This bloody drone, he seems to have a a bone to pick with Flash for sure. He just does not want to leave him alone. Dude, seriously, how painful are you? Holy crap. Flash just comes in here and scouts that it's all standard stuff in Zergtown. And he went with a pretty aggressive economic opening himself, by the way. I think it was something like command center first. So very nice. And that should hold him in good stead as he goes into the mid game. He's going mech again. So I don't know if it's a Minstreal thing or it's a flash of the time thing, but here we go. He is going mech. And this Goliath build, you're seeing more and more Terrans give it a try, with varying degrees of success, I think is fair to say. So yeah, man, let's see if we're gonna go with Spire. We sure are. So all very standard stuff. I mean, Soulkey's midless play is unbelievably good. Can't see any reason for him to deviate from that strategy. There's no second gas here, so for all intents and purposes, this factory or mech opening is pretty unscoutable. That being said, Soulkey will have a sense that this is something that Flash likes to do from time to time. And good gracious me, this SCV is still alive. Although, nope, get him, yep. There we go. And he got him. So new thing we're doing, guys, we're going to keep this panel up more and more. I mean, switching it on and off is this easy. I don't know why I was making my life so incredibly difficult. At time of recording, I've done probably 250 games, and for some reason, just toggling between this and this, so I could see quickly if there's something where having a full screen would be very beneficial, and then just going back to the standard. It just makes a whole heap of sense. Anyway, It's so funny how sometimes the simplest things, they can almost jump out and bite you on the ass, and that's what's happened here. But we will be keeping the panel up and toggling away just for when we want to try and see something a bit more clearly. It's good though, it gives you opportunity to track the upgrades and stuff like that on the units. There's a lot of benefits to it, so no dramas at all with that adjustment. Soulkey made a preemptive sunken anyway, I think having a sense that this, he can also kind of get an eye on the barracks. And if you don't reposition the barracks, there's a lot of signals that it might be mech, if that makes sense. So it's a bit of a hedge your bets from Flash. He is going with turrets and Goliaths to protect him from the inevitable mutilous harassment. And Soulkey, by the way, just got Burrow, which I think is so incredibly underrated as a cool spell. But it blocks your radiate and just blocks your bases being shredded. And so that is a very interesting timing. I'd love the Zerg players in the chat to give me your thoughts as to why, when you scout what you think is going to be a mech open, would you research Burrow so early in the game? Alright, so we are... Oh, wow. Okay, we are getting bruised. Damn. Oh, shit. So that was not the right button. Would not recommend that. So A does take everything away. I wanted to just do the one that hides that one temporarily. I'm gonna just check my hotkeys again. Anyway, we'll stay focused on the action for the time being. We got 7 mutas, which will one-shot an SCV. I just have this feeling that this game is going to be awesome. Like, I just do. The number of players that are streaming right now while this game is being played live is unreal. So the amount of eyeballs that are on both of them, they really, really do turn it up for the fans, man. It's awesome. And so if you're able to get replays of these games, you really are in for a treat. Doesn't this map remind you of like a modified Fighting Spirit? I think I've said that before. So we got the 11, which is the full stack plus Overlord for the stacking purposes. Are we going to dive in here or not? We don't have that many Goliaths. Soulkey, by the way, is going up to 4 bases, so it's just really, really maximizing the... no upgrades on these mutas, by the way. Really, really maximizing the map control that this early mutilous harassment gives him. And I think Flash, sensing that that is the case, now wants to just try and establish a map presence of his own. And sending some vultures here. There's nothing to protect these drones. Oh my god, now we know why! He answered my own question. Why would you research Burrow? That's exactly why. So if vultures get into your mineral line, you ain't gonna kill me. Beautiful. Okay, so now we answered our own questions. Flash taking a sub 9-minute third base on the back of Soulkey taking hundreds of his own. He does has hemorrhaged a few drones. Has hemorrhaged a few drones there relatively cheaply. Loses a few drones there as well. So this, oh my god, the vulture time, the micro and the speed and the APM and the value is just unreal, man. Damn. I think, if I'm correct as well, if you have scan and you scan the burrowed drones, you can still kill them. So like you can, it's not like it's an absolute fail-safe test as far as I know, or maneuver. But I can definitely see how it was beneficial there. I have a feeling that Soulkey wants to try and pressure this newly established third base of Flash. I wish him all the best though, against many, many, many Goliaths. There's +1 attack on them, and we have 1/1 mech. So definitely focusing on his upgrades. Here's also getting a radiate, which should nullify the effectiveness of the mutas. The previous game that I've done between these two, also on this map, very, very recently, Flash took until 18 minutes to get irradiate. And I feel like that was one of the reasons why he lost that game. So it looks like he's making an adjustment here, making sure he's getting irradiate a lot earlier in the piece. And I think that's going to help him. Just does not want to let these drones go. So much econ harassment, but the mutas are here to tidy this up. Keeping him on his toes absolutely non-stop here. Excellent, excellent play from Flash. Buying himself time to get this third base up. Buying himself time to get a scary amount of factories. He's going up to... What is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fac. This is going to be scary. It's going to be very, very, very scary. Very hard to contain. Especially when our first irradiate goes off, which we kind of feel is imminent, right? Oh my god, look at the number of missiles coming out of these Goliaths. Holy crap and holy. So split muta forces here. Taxing the multitasking of both players. So probably Soulkey probably picked up around 3 or 4 meters with that harassment. Very nicely done. Another pod here is trying to control 2 at once. Couple of stray Goliaths here getting picked on. Does not want to give him any let up. So 54 drones. Another hatchery coming in. We're going into the main now to pick off some free... It's got a number of idle SCVs there. Seems to want to go for this. No, decides not to. 1-1 now on these meters. There's so many Goliaths, dude. Flanking them from the other side as well. Run! Very, very bruised. Bruised? Very, very bruised mutas. Seems to just want to continuously maintain a presence, but there we go. There it is. First irradiate of the game. And that's surely going to neutralize the effectiveness. There we go. I can speak words of the muta play. Hydras now seems to be the car bubble, so we are making Hydras behind this. We are getting our missile upgrades, carapace, more flyer upgrades, so not giving up. Also now probably going into Hive Tech, which I think would be a very, very necessary transition here. We could irradiate a clump of Hydras too. It's picked off about 4 or 5 SCVs. Some more Hydras coming in from this side as well. And now using mines to try and slow him down. So it's sort of PvT-esque here. This is just an annoying spot. Siege mode though is going to be a real difference maker when that comes in. So a couple of pods of Hydras here, and then he's got some mutas down here. So still spreading it out a bit. Flash now taking a 4th base. And this game, albeit not an epically long one, has been nothing short of gripping and entertaining from the very first minutes right through until hopefully the very last. Oh, no, that's not a good idea. So our Hydras are +1. Our mutas are 1-1. They're soon going to have +2 carapace. And more, probably +2 attacks. Oh my god. Siege tanks! Are we going to try and attack combined? I feel like we now have a mass move out to look forward to. Here we go. So the Hydras are coming in over the bridge. The tanks are sieging up. Soulkey decides, no. Don't think I want to engage here. But now he's kind of let the whole of Terran get on his front door. Which is not ideal. I think we're going to see a lot of exploding corpses. And life is going to get very difficult for you against 2-2 mech. 2-2 mech on the front door Holy crap-a-noli, man. I don't know how you hold this. This is going to be much dead Zerg. Much dead Zerg. So it does bring in a flank of Hydras from the top side. And also some mutas here trying to intercept, but so many irradiates. Holy cow. The tanks are doing such good work. Supplies have stayed pretty equal all along, but now suddenly you can see the scale of the mech units just shredding these Hydras. Absolutely shredding them. 17 Hydras being made to replace what's been lost, but I think not at the expense of losing almost all his tech here in the main. Soulkey making more units, but he really can't engage meaningfully. Also expanding here, surprisingly enough. Trying to target down the tanks, but there's just so many of them. So that's going to go down. Firing on the uphill while these Hydras come down and just making absolute mince out of them. Oh, Queens! Let's go! Broodlings! Woohoo! How strong are these Goliaths, man? Holy crap! Damn, that Goliath held on so tight for so long. That was hilarious. Some more mutas battling on this side. Flash just scouts that with an SCV. Gonna tidy up these remaining bases. And I think that's going to be it. I think Flash has got this one. I don't think Soulkey's going to be able to play back from this. So 1-1 in the little impromptu compilation of this rivalry that I'm building. And I've got a fair few more games between the two of them that I can bring to you. I'm just wondering to what extent you guys are going to get invested in this rivalry. I know I'm very invested in it. But if you guys dig this rivalry and love watching these two play against each other as much as I do, I can guarantee you that there's plenty more where these came from. So Soulkey fighting to the death. Not like a ladder game where you would just GG out after the first attack. But that being said, this is well and truly over. It's just a formality now. What a great game this was. Holy crap. Just sometimes Flash makes mech look unplayable. Like there is nothing you can do against it. And that was this instance. So he did this exact same build on this map and he lost. And almost a day later, same game, same players, same map, and really made it work. And one of the biggest differences was the timing on his irradiate. His expansion pattern and the engagements that he chose to take. So this was Flash on his road back, his climb back to the top. I hope you enjoyed it. As I mentioned recently, I'm doing a tribute to the man for everything he's done for the game, especially considering ASL 21 is probably his last ASL. So we're going to do some recent stuff of his as well as some of the OG and legendary games that he's played to showcase his contribution to Broodwar. So that sounds fun to you. Please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And until then, take it easy. Bye.